Yeah, the canvassing has been going very, very, very well. As I said last week when I spoke to the press, this campaign is one of ensuring that people continue to meet me and to the areas of the vision that I have, of course, of the Barbados Labour Party for the constituency. The response, I must tell you, is humbling because it's incredibly positive. People are excited about not just the campaign, but the vision that I bring to the constituency. But I've also reminded my team, of course, that we're approaching this campaign with a level of humility. You can't take it for granted, and that's why we're reacquainting and reacquainting ourselves with people. Some of the things that are coming up, people want, of course, more sporting activities. St. James North has a high degree of sporting talent, the cricket to netball to road tennis. And persons don't only want to participate in tournaments, but they want to be able to build careers. So one of the things that I promised them is to work with them, of course, and other national associations, so as to make sure that we can now start at semi-professional league going forward. Of course, that will take a lot of resources, more technical and otherwise, but the idea is to build out that capacity for young people. St. James North, of course, is on the coast, and particularly over here is a high level of persons who are engaged in fisheries, beach activities, and they too want to make sure that in the context of climate change and the continued beach erosion, that they have the opportunity to be able to become resilient. Because in the absence of resilience, a lot of what they're doing on the coast is not going to work out. So whether it be fishing, whether it be beach activities, coastal erosion is a real threat that they have to face. So, of course, coming particularly from the Ministry of Development Affairs recently, we would have secured a loan from the World Bank so as to make sure that the entire course has the resources to rebuild. And that's why resilience is key. And even beyond the campaign, helping households, businesses in this part of St. James and the country has to be about resilience, helping them to understand how can they do so when they're starting a small business, when they are improving their homes, because climate change and climate crisis is a very real threat. And ultimately too, I must say that the response isn't only overwhelming because of what I've been over the last year. People are excited about the level of energy that I bring to the table. I'm a very open and accessible person. You can call me anytime. I've made it clear to people. My number is 266-7649. And that's my style of service and politics, because why? If you're putting yourself forward to people, you can't run away from people. You don't give your number and then don't answer. Right? And that is really my style of leadership. Leadership through humility. Because if you're putting yourself to serve people, you have to ensure that they can not just have access to you, they can communicate with you, share their problems, share their ideas, share their opportunities, and build that relationship. So I look forward to the next 20 days as we go on to really build out what promises to be a future and long-term relationship.